Rough old night overnight, especially about 3:30. We were both woken by some incredibly heavy rain smashing down on the tin roof. As you can see, we're clad in our full wet weather gear. Pack covers on, poncho on, pack liner in. So we're leaving now. It's about 6:10. The sky actually doesn't look too bad, but looking at the radar and the predictions which Jude has on her phone, we are going to get some rain. So we thought rather than try to do it later when it's about to hit, we'd actually leave, making a fashion statement, as you can see. 20 k's ahead of us today, reasonably flat. We do have to go up Mount Hallowell just before we go into Denmark, but 20 k's quite manageable. We're hoping, well, we should be able to get to the tourist bureau. It shuts early at 3 o'clock. In fact, we're going to get there with considerable time to spare. But windy day. Hopefully the rain will stay away largely. Over the hill, you can hear the wind now. So 20 k's to go. Hopefully we'll get there relatively smoothly. First one of these we've seen for a while, Judith?
Oh yes, never my easiest and most delicate work.
Now this is how you do it like a professional, folks.
What, with knee problems? Ooh, my knees. And then I'll just take a seat. And then I'll turn round. 3 points of contact.
Well done. Excellent. Now I'll see if I can do it just as delicately.
Not the fastest, but very gainly.
Another style, but we won't film Jude going up this one. We'll turn down here and have a look at the field and the beautiful farmhouse. Quite lovely. And a dam for the animals, which are cows. We've seen all the cow pats everywhere. Very nice. This is going to be a severe test for my knee now. We're about to go up, or starting at the foot of Mount Hallowell. And it's 290 metres above sea level at the top. And we're starting only at about 20 metres above sea level. The knee, I think, got aggravated once again very late yesterday, heading up to the William Bay campsite. Also the camber on the beach when it was so windy didn't help. The direction we were walking in didn't aid my left knee at all, unfortunately. But this is going to be a fairly slow up and down for me, I think. And hopefully at the bottom, the knee will still be in pretty reasonable shape. We're just having excuse me, our peanut butter and crackers, but every time we stop, I've never met anyone who's so badly afflicted by mosquitoes as Judith. So Jude actually does a anti-mosquito dance. Now this is not just being put on for film for the sake of it. Jude has to keep moving because she gets bitten by a mosquito, she ends up with a welt within about 30 seconds.
If I stop for a long time properly and do a cup of tea, I spray.
Yeah, everywhere. But otherwise, we just have a...
I'm adding to it.
Yeah, now you're definitely adding to it now, but there we go. Anyway, I think we've seen enough. That gives you an idea of what I have to put up with every time we stop for a break. Unfortunately, this is not the best type of ascent for me with this knee problem. It's so uneven that I'm going to try and find a place to, whoops, nearly backwards, put my right foot and then have my left foot join it and then push off again with the right. So given it's so uneven, just granite rocks, it's taking quite some time and being very, very cautious, because not only are we not far from Denmark, we're not far from Albany, and I intend to get there in one piece, maybe with a dicky knee. I must say it's a wonderful return to some forest. There's some carry trees around, dense undergrowth, in places a thick canopy. Having had the last few days very close to the coast, sand dune vegetation, this is quite beautiful. Nice carry specimen right here. I've missed them over the last few days. Jude's taken her pack off, I'm about to do likewise. It's about a 3-minute walk, apparently to the actual summit of Mount Hallowell. We just passed a young man who was on his way down and said it's well worth the trip. Oh, you look quite relieved, Judith. No dancing?
No dancing.
Just relieved. Pack off, I'll follow you. So Judith, we've made it up Mount Hallowell. As we mentioned, we've just dropped our bags here and had a look. Well worth it.
Oh yeah, sorry, I've just been bitten again. Yeah, no, definitely well worth it. Quite cold because we're sweaty, but lovely. Absolutely beautiful. That's
actually the highest climbing elevation we've done, but it didn't feel that bad really.
No, I think it's because a lot of the granite, so you're stepping rather than just going up a hill. And not too many really steep bits, just a gradual climb. Not great for my knees, so I'm about to take some ibuprofen. Just to try and take a little bit of pain out of it. And then we're on our way down and to Denmark. No, you're not taking them, I'm taking them. Short legs.
Not much filming coming down Mount Hallowell because it's almost all like this. Rough, uneven rocks, and at times boulders of granite. and it's really starting to affect my knee, the constant change in terrain. And hopefully we'll get to the bottom soonish, because at the moment I'm not coping overly well. My left knee can't afford to twist it, so not much fun, and as a result not much video. Well, fingers crossed that is the end of the granite, and we might just be back on a nice piece of forest floor now, just gently ambling down towards sea level. We've still got about 9 k's to go. Outer reaches of Denmark now, although we've still got over 6 k's or around 6 k's to go to actually get into the town proper and where we are staying today. But a lot of properties now, some of them not on very big acreages either. This is a great tourist destination. Many people come down here for holidays as well.
The inlet.
Indeed. Not too far away from the trailhead in Denmark now, which is on the Denmark River. We're actually walking on the Heritage Trail, and you can see some of the heritage there. It used to be an old railway line. In fact, there's some remnants of it on the other side as well. So reasonably flat walking here. It's now a very popular walking and also cycling track out and back to Denmark. There's still houses about as we get closer and closer to the middle of the town. It's our last bit into town now, about 1.5 kilometres, walking along the Denmark River. Pretty much in Denmark proper now. The trailhead for the Bibbulmun is about 1.5 kilometres behind us. And we've still got the backpacks on. We're wandering all the way up to, firstly, our hotel on the main road, and then from there we're going to go up to the tourist bureau, pick up Jude's bounce bag. My town stuff is in my backpack because I took it home initially when I left Walpole, thinking I wouldn't be coming back. And then we've also got our resupply box for our last few days through to Albany. Well, we've arrived in our accommodation after a long day, 24 kilometres in total. The highlight, of course, was going up Mount Hallowell, which has an indigenous name, which means the place of bush kangaroos. Not quite sure how kangaroos would live up there. It was an incredibly rocky area, which we've already touched on earlier today. I didn't take a lot of video, as I said, coming down the hill because it was fairly treacherous with my bad knee and needed a lot of focus. It was a stunning view from the top, but it was a very arduous climb, certainly the most arduous climb that we've had so far on this trip. One thing that we did see today that was unusual, if not remarkable. We came around a corner on the edge of the ocean, and there was a group of about 50 people that initially looked like they were actually ninjas. We were looking down from on top of the cliff face. They were down behind a big boulder doing something that was akin to Tai Chi in blustery conditions. We were nearly being blown over on the top of the cliff, still trying to figure out who and what they were. Not Not sure we'll ever come up with the answer. Anyway, we've got a rest day tomorrow, which we're going to make the most of, and then about 85 k's left to go to the finish line. So it's hard to believe that it has almost come to an end, this Bibbulmun Odyssey, but we're certainly going to enjoy the rest day tomorrow, take it easy, replenish our supplies, maybe have a nice dinner. Jude will probably have a bit to drink like she normally does, and then we're off the day after on our final journey down to Albany. Starting our last section today, leaving Denmark and heading to Albany. In total, somewhere around 85 kilometres, thereabouts. A magnificent stay here in Denmark. Terrific rest day yesterday. Jude found the best accommodation. We'll give it a plug. 31 on the Terrace, it's called. A really lovely location right in the heart of town. Everything close by, but more importantly, the room that we stayed in had a beautiful view back down over the river and through the canopy of the trees around the river. Today the weather is speculative, probably the best way to put it. There's some cloud cover around. There is the prospect of rain, but nothing too heavy. It's about 5:45 in the morning, and we are just walking down alongside the Denmark River now, because we've organised for a fisherman, yes, a fisherman, to take us across Wilson Inlet. It's a journey of about 4 kilometres. Nowadays the option for the bib is either to do that or to get driven right around the side to the jetty on the other side of the inlet, where from there it's 10 k's to the Nullikai campsite. We're not going to do that today. We're going to do 27 k's from the other end. So we'll walk through Nullikai, probably have morning tea there, and then continue on to West Cape Howe. So double hutting today. Haven't done it too many times on the trip, but that's what we're going to be doing today. So off to the ferry down near the caravan park, and looking forward to it. A nice way to start the day. A little bit of a crossing the water across to the jetty on the other side of Wilson Inlet. So a happy little camper, yes. Quite literally. That was a bit of a dream of yours, wasn't it?
Yeah, I always wanted to go across by boat.
And you've had the opportunity to do it.
Yeah, so...
Nice start to the day.
It would just feel weird going by car,
yeah.
So boat's good.
Boat is good. Off we go. West Cape Howe is where we're heading via Nullikai, where we'll have morning tea. You see all sorts of signs on the Bibbulmun Track. That one attached to a little metal shed. Bit of a different feeling being out here on the track this morning, knowing that we're starting our last section from Denmark to Albany. We've only got today and then 3 more days on the track before this little adventure finishes. And I get the feeling already that there's going to be some feelings of melancholy over the next 4 days as we get ever closer to Albany. For me, it's been truly a unique experience doing something of this nature. For Jude, she's ridden the Munda, she's walked the 1,000+ kilometres of the southwest coastal path down the southwest coast of England. But for me, it is something that, well, not that long ago I would have never even contemplated, and I would have laughed if someone had said to me, you're going to walk over 1,000 kilometres end to end on the Bibbulmun Track. So I know that having got underway today, the next few days are going to, I suppose, expose some feelings, some emotions within me in regard to what I've achieved, and more importantly, I guess, what comes next in regard to hiking. So I'll try and enjoy it as best I can, try and just think about each day and not get too caught up in the future. Been walking for over 4 kilometres now, and gives you an idea of the enormity of Wilson Inlet, which is still on our left. Massive body of water. And on the right hand side throughout, there's been some magnificent houses that have got their own jetties. In fact, there's one of them just there. And beautiful residents across on the right hand side. And yeah, some beautiful real estate, but it is a massive inlet. You can get an idea too when you look at the breadth of it, how in stormy conditions it would be particularly rough out there. In fact, tragically, earlier this year, a man lost his life on the inlet. But it is a tremendous body of water, and a lot of people with houses overlooking it to enjoy the view. Sounds like the frogs are particularly happy across there in a little bit of swampland. I'm particularly happy as well. The camera doesn't really give the true perspective, but there is a very large, severe and reasonably long climb in front of us down this fence line. But the good news is, having just checked out the watch in about 150 metres, we are going to be swinging to the left and largely avoiding that, which is very good news. We've taken a slight deviation. There's a T intersection back about 200 metres, which we'll be heading back to. And here is the Nullakai hut. We're actually going to have morning tea here and then go on to West Cape Howe. It's only about 9:30, so even after our late start with the boat to the other side of the inlet, we're going to take the packs off here, have some morning tea, and then go on to West Cape Howe, which is about 17 kilometres to go, Judith.
Yes.
But before that, a cuppa. Oh, hello. Fancy seeing you here.
I didn't know.
Didn't know I was filming.
Well, I knew you were filming, but I thought I could stop.
Okay, well you can stop if you like.
I'll carry on.
Okay, well I'll follow you for a little bit then. Largely on a steady incline since not long after leaving Nullakai, but it's pretty much along the contour lines of the hills. So as a result, the climbing, whilst it's a decent elevation, we're probably going to rise, I don't know, 130, 140 metres. It's very easy because it's rolling along over the contour lines rather than taking, as some of the paths do, a more direct route, which is more straight up a hillside. So this is very pleasant. Just under 4.5 k's from the campsite. We've just passed a couple who have said in the last 400 or 500 metres they've seen 3 tiger snakes. So I've got my eyes peeled. Wouldn't mind seeing one or two from a safe distance. And I'll see if there are any around. Well, once again on the snake front, somewhat of an anticlimax. We walked for about a kilometre after we passed that couple. I managed to see the back half of a dugite, which was just off to the left of the track. But again, by the time you get a camera out, they're gone. Left tomorrow, right today. Here we are, and it would appear no one else is home at West Cape Howe. Wasn't that long ago I was walking 51 kilometres in a day from Walpole to Rame Head. And that afternoon Jude was waiting for me sitting on top of a bench. You actually weren't waiting for me, I surprised you. But you are repeating the Rame Head. You've got your chair on top of the picnic bench, in front of the ocean, a roaring wind, what looks like potentially rain coming in as well, but a lovely way for you to spend the afternoon. There's something about benches and your Hillinox chair.
Well, I get a good view, plus I don't have to have my feet in sand.
Great idea.
And it's freezing.
Yeah, I know. That's why you're here and I'm in the hut. I'll leave you to root.
It's lovely.
Enjoy. I'm going back this way, folks. Dinner has been consumed. It was delicious. There's my sleeping bag. There's Judith's anti-insect tent. Good day today, a long one. We'll be hanging the bags up shortly, stringing them up, making sure no little beasties get in there to get our food. And maybe go up and have a little brief look at the ocean just prior to sunset.